All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters. We are in Proverbs 19, and the reason why I am smiling is I'll share with you in a bit. And just Proverbs again, the wisdom of Solomon, the importance of wisdom, the importance in the seven pillars, understanding the seven pillars, prudence, knowledge, and discretion, the fear of God, counsel, sound wisdom, understanding, and power. Those are the seven pillars of wisdom. And as you apply those pillars to your life and people ask you questions, as you try to see if an answer fits within any of those pillars or the pillars fits within those answers, then you can move forward with your decision because there's wisdom in it. But if those pillars don't fall under one of those, if one of those pillars don't fall under that answer or it doesn't fit the answer, then there's no wisdom in it. It's not wise to move forward. I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I just got a lot going on this morning. A lot of victories and trials and just victories. But this morning we are in chapter 9. Today's the 19th, so we're in Proverbs 19. Verse 2 stood out to me this morning. Solomon writes, "Also, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. And he sins who hastens with his feet." Whew. It is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. Many people act on emotions. They don't have all the information. They don't have all the information they need to make a decision. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. That's Proverbs 3, 5. And the reason for that is, and I shared this before, just trust God with the process. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the information to make a sound answer. God knows the end game. He knows the answer. He knows all the parts he has all the pieces of the puzzle. And many times, like right here, it's not good for a soul to be without knowledge. Many times we don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. And yet we want to take a guess on what the picture is, what the puzzle is. We tend to move on emotions. I think it's this. I feel it might be. I kind of, sort of, maybe it. And then we move forward in emotions. Emotions are indicators, not instigators. They tell you something is wrong, not what to do. So part of wisdom is learning to be still and know that He is God. Do not move forward if God has not said so. Do not move forward if you don't have all the information. He says here in part B of 19, verse 2, chapter 19, verse 2. He says, and he sins who hastens with his feet. When a person reacts immediately without waiting and seeing or praying or getting counsel, they're moving in emotions. We're to be men and women of response, not reaction. Reaction is something that hits immediately. Somebody gets slapped and we react. Response is different. Something happens, we sit there, we observe, we assess, and then we think of a way to fix it. For example, when you call 911, someone's calling 911. Oh my God, someone got shot. My brother got shot. He's dying. He's bleeding. They call 911, and the operator from dispatch says 911 response. How can I help you? Notice that the dispatch operator is calm. 911 response. The one on the other line, my brother got shot. He's bleeding everywhere. He's dying. The caller is just going off, just reacting in emotions and feelings and just being involved in it, in shock, all these different things. Meanwhile, the dispatcher gets the information and sends an EMT unit. Now, when these paramedics show up, they come to the scene. They're not like, oh my God, what's going on? They're not tripping like, oh no, what do we do? No. They're not reacting like the caller was. They walk in there. They know how to respond to the situation. They look and, he got shot. The bullet went in here, exited here, hit an artery. Let's patch him up, blah, blah, blah. They respond in a calm manner, with self-control, with knowledge and confidence in the situation. They move forward. So when he says here, Solomon, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. There's many times in my life where I've made a decision emotionally, immediately. Coming from LA is just one of the things where, you got to make a decision now. Survival mode. Something happens, you react, boom. You jump into survival mode, and someone hits you, you hit them back, you take them down, blah blah blah. You got to buy something, you got to buy something right there and right then because you got millions of people in LA. If you don't buy, somebody else will. It's a good deal, take now. And coming to the Midwest, we were kind of blown away because people try to sell you stuff. They're like, hey, well, check it out. You want to buy a dryer? Here's a dryer. They take their time. They show you different dryers. They're not trying to get you to buy the newest one and swindle you because they're family-owned businesses. They want your business back. They say, hey, well, look, you don't got to make it. They will tell you, you don't got to make a decision now. Take a few days and think about it. And me and my ex-wife were just like, that's how they get you, man. Take your time, be cool. Don't worry, it'll be here. We're like, and we had the alley in mind, like, we better buy it now. Then maybe that's what they do. Maybe it's gonna be gone quick. And it took me years to grasp that it's okay to not react. Not everything needs a reaction. Learning to be a man of response. Learning to be a man of the spirit. A man walking in wisdom. Do not react when there's a situation going on. Assess it. Look at it. Half the time, the problem will take care of itself. It just needs to play out. But because we are people of the flesh and emotions, we tend to jump into something. And the Bible talks about doing stuff like that. In Proverbs, he who gets involved in someone else's affairs, like grabbing a dog by the ears. You got to know your portion in every situation. Reacting is not one of them. You see what I'm saying? Learning how to respond is. So when I sit here and think about this, he sins who hastens with his feet. People who jump in the middle of everything, constantly getting involved in stuff that has nothing to do with them. Even though they have the answer, doesn't mean it's their problem to solve. Sometimes we're meant to just pray or be a witness, and advocate for everything. It's just, yeah. So I sit here this morning and I look at this and it's like, as God's teaching me more so as I get older to sit here and think about things. I have my car, the battery situation, no money. God's blessed me with someone to come help and to take a charge, and a wooden charge and fire up and all these different things. And I'm off of work again today and praying, Lord, what are we doing? And it's just like just blessing after blessing. My check stub came in. I forgot I did overtime. I can afford a battery tomorrow. All these different things. My court date came in, and what they're about to do is bless me. I have the option I'll be doing 48 hours jail time. I'm so blessed because they're going to show mercy and everything else. All I gotta do is 48 hours, which means all you guys in jail, you're stuck with me, bro. Ministry time. It's gonna be a men's retreat. 48 hours with me and Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna feed me, house me, and give me an audience. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then everything else is just forgiven, dismissed, just fines and fees now. God has deemed me worthy to go down this road, and it's an honor to do 48 hours in jail time now. Take my Bible, take my glasses, get in there and just read the word and just start pouring into these men who are in there locked up with me. I ain't locked up with them. They locked up with me now. You know what I'm saying? I got 48 hours to give them Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I may not have my hazelnut, but my penalty for the sin that I caused is God's going to give me a platform to share Jesus with these men. I sit here and think about the mistakes I made. And I could sit here and be carnal. Oh my God, 48 hours in jail. Blah, 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 blah. No. God knew before I was in the womb, before I was created, that I'd be going to jail for 48 hours again. And I would be sober, spirit-filled, and a sound mind. I only got 48 hours. Smash it out on a weekend and go to work. Get off of work, go in there, get it done, get out, go to work. God gave me 48 hours to go to prison, to go to jail, and preach Jesus spent 72 hours when he died. He went down to preach to the angels, the backslidden angels, the fallen angels, the center of the earth. God's given me 48 hours to preach, to share with these brothers who are locked up that there's hope in Jesus, that there's a way out of a life of crime, that there's healing for the broken. I'm excited. You know, there's brothers in there who are going to be in there with me who lack knowledge. They're looking for answers. And the weekend that God sends me there is going to be the perfectly orchestrated weekend for men who are going to be looking for Jesus, who are going to want Jesus. They're going to run to this knucklehead right here, jacked up from the cracker with a big old smile. You know what I'm saying? Stinking just with my word, just like, boom, what's up? What's up? Let me pray for you, bro. You know, just what you got going on. How can I bless you? How can I serve you? God's sending me to a place where these men don't have the knowledge. They may have knowledge of Scripture, but not the knowledge of the love of God. It's my job to go in there and show them the love of God. Hopefully they come to know God through Christ and they have the peace of God. Thank you, Lord. Brothers and sisters, much love to you all. Remember, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. And he sins who hastens with his feet. Pump the brakes, slow your roll, take a step back. Emotions are indicators, not instigators. They tell you something is wrong, not what to do. Much love to you all. Enjoy your Wednesday. Pray for my vehicle. Hey, choose wisdom over the world. God bless.